In our years studying with Don Miguel, one of the best practices we had was what he called a shamanic fast. Now, that fast does not mean elimination of all food and that kind of thing. It's more a diet of your own choosing, a cleansing diet of your own choice. So you can decide how much, how lenient, how strict, that's all up to you. But the fact that there is this period, so-called fast, and it was inspired by Christ going out into the desert and having a fast so that he can purify himself to face his own demons. And that's one of the reasons we did it too. So we would go on this so-called fast, and it usually starts this coming Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, and it'll last for all the way up to Easter. So it's a little more than 40 days of this fast, and you decide the fast, as we said. So some person, it'll be like, oh, no chocolate. The other person would say, drink plenty of water, etc. You decide. It's such a wonderful practice. I've kept it up all these years, since '94. Anyway, what you do is to practice it, it'll start this Wednesday, so you might want to prepare a little before and make a little list of what you do want to control in your diet, what you want to give up and so on. So don't think of it as, oh, things I have to give up, I can't eat. No, think of it as honoring your own body who has served you all these decades, So to honor it, then you do this so-called cleansing diet, however you want to call it. And everybody will be different about it. And that's fine, you decide. Now, whatever you do decide though, stick to it. It can be lenient, strict, that's up to you. But whatever it is, stick to it. Because there's a whole other dimension. You are not only cleansing your body, but you are also fortifying your intent. So as you say, so it becomes. That's a powerful thing, to know that whatever you say to yourself, you will do. So it enhances your self-discipline, fortifies your intent. Another aspect of the fast that's really powerful is that because you break your normal routine of eating, then your parasites come out. So for example, my ex-wife at that time was going through the practice, had given up her chocolate. She was a real chocolate person. Anyways, so when times got a little rough or whatever, and she normally would take a chocolate as a way to compensate whatever she's going through, but whoops, she's not eating that chocolate. So now all her parasites are not, satisfied, so they come out. So she has to deal with them. And that's one of the great powers of this thing, because a lot of people have asked, how can we see our parasites? How can we find it if they're all subconscious? This is one powerful way. Just like Christ, by sacrificing himself out in the desert with his fast, then he could see all his demons. And likewise with us. So Don Miguel often would say, oh, that's because you're out in the desert. Out in the desert, meaning like Christ out in the desert. When somebody comes up with some grievance or something and their own parasites are really acting up, and they would ask Don Miguel for help. And he says, well, that's all part of you being in the desert. Now you know that this demon exists, so you can really do the various techniques and strategies to face it. So that's another powerful thing. So it starts this Wednesday, March 5th, from Ash Wednesday to Easter. So make your plan and really cultivate your own well-being. Purify yourself.